So guys, I have a theory. Why does the specific heat of water is higher? So before that, we should gain some fundamentals on this. What is specific heat? Specific heat actually is the amount of heat needed to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius of any object or any substance or any matter. For example, if we have 1 gram of water, 1 gram of ice, and we give heat, so it will take different amount of heat energy to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius of each of the substances. Why does that happen, and why does among them water has the highest specific heat in the all of the forms of the water? A thing like that, if you give heat, enough amount of heat to any substance, the molecules vibrate more rapidly. That means the kinetic energy gets higher. The average temperature, the measure of the kinetic energy of any substance, is the temperature. So temperature will rise. But when you heated the water molecules escape the system and get evaporated because it is loosely bonded with the other molecules, so it escape easily than ice. So when it escape easily, so the higher kinetic energy molecules, or we can say the molecules having higher kinetic energy escape the system, so the left behind molecules have lower kinetic energy. That means the overall temperature still lowers even we are heating it. In case of ice, the temperature, when we give the heat energy to the ice, the molecules are tightly bound, so they cannot escape easily as in water. So the average kinetic energy increases and spreads out. We can say the heat spreads out in the system because they're tightly bound. The energy can travel between the molecules, so the average vibration or the average temperature or the average kinetic energy of all the molecules in the ice increases rapidly, because the higher kinetic energy molecules or the more energetic molecules have not left the system. Even though it can melt, but it doesn't leave the system. So that's why the average kinetic energy of all the molecules increases more rapidly. That means that if you give the same amount of energy to the ice and the water, so the water and the ice will increase the temperature more rapidly than does the water. This is my theory. And for your information, the specific heat of ice is 2.09 joules per gram degree centigrade. The specific heat of water is 4.184 joule per gram degree centigrade. And specific heat of milk is near to water, which is 3.8 joules per gram degree centigrade, which is why, because milk is also a liquid, so that's why, and it also contains water. In fact, the iron, the metal, has the specific heat very lower, around 0.450 joules per gram degree centigrade. So that's my theory, guys. And for this, the difference between the specific heat of water and the specific heat of any solid substance, the monsoon arises. How? Watch the next video.